Let's take a look at some wacky stories. You know, we've done a lot of fucking heavy shit. Let's take a look at some wacky fucking stuff. Extreme body modification. Amputees risk death by cutting off own limbs. Cool. Forget extreme plastic surgery, tattoos, and piercings. A minority are taking body modification to the next level by voluntarily cutting off their own limbs. A body modifier has exclusively revealed how his extra limbs feel alien and has resorted to drastic measures of self-mutilation because he actually wants to be disabled. Dr. Michael First, a professor of psychiatry at Columbia University, has led investigations into this bizarre and extremely rare psychiatric condition, which he is calling body integrity identity disorder. Someone just said, you eat so much low-hanging fruit, it's no wonder you're an unskinny euphemism for intercourse. A fat fuck, huh? Daily Star Online speaks exclusively to bid sufferer Howard Bull 54. I have been experimenting with cropping my toes for a few years, breaking, freezing, and smashing them. Ow! That fucking hurts to think about, dude. I'm getting sympathy pains in my toes just thinking about freezing them and smashing them. Ah! I broke my big toe last May after binding it a lot with a bandage, then hitting it with a hammer. Ow! No! Don't do it, sir. I never let it heal, and by July I had to go to the hospital because the pain was unbearable. However, not to be dissuaded, Howard's set to work on his second toe. I froze it twice with keyboard cleaner and crushed it with a vise before additionally dislocating it. The pain is part of the process. Yeah, no shit. Ow, you son of a bitch. What are you doing? Why are you smashing your toes? Who the fuck sits around intentionally smashing their goddamn toes, dude? Oh. He's working on another toe right now. He admits to having a grisly goal. What I really want is to lose my left leg high above the knee. Asked about the condition's cause, he replies, I believe I've always had BIID, but I do remember a trigger. I was around 10 when I saw old Vincent Price movie, which showed a guy who lost all his limbs one by one, and I thought, how fascinating. How fascinating. I, too, want to be a limbless torso. Jesus. 53-foot python swallows Indonesian woman near her garden. So if you're a fan of Vore, which I don't know how many people are watching this, but probably there's a Vore fan in there somewhere, now is the time to take your dick out. Now's the time to massage the head a little to get it ready for me to read this fucking story, dude. Oh, yeah. A 23-foot python has swallowed a woman in central Indonesia, a village official said Saturday. The victim, 54-year-old Watiba. I don't want her to be 54. Let's make her 23 with big tits and a big ass. Went missing while checking her vegetable garden near her village on Muna Island in southeast Sulawesi province on Thursday evening. She was wearing a bikini, by the way. Thong bikini, and she was all oiled up from a photo shoot she'd done earlier that day. On Friday, her family went to look for her at the garden, but found only her belongings, including sandals and a flashlight. The family and villagers launched a search for the woman and found the snake with a bloated belly about 50 yards from where her belongings were found. The villagers killed the snake and carried it to the village. When they cut open the snake's belly, they found Tiba's body still intact with all her clothes. You know, her skimpy bikini that she was wearing, you know. Although, you know, they were partially dissolved by the snake's stomach acid. Videos posted on some websites showed villagers slicing open the python's carcass to reveal the woman's body. Damn, there's video of this shit? You gotta find that shit. Reports of humans being killed by pythons are extremely rare. In the wild, they are known to eat monkeys, pigs, and other mammals. It was the second python attack on a human in Indonesia since March of last year when a 25-year-old man was swallowed whole by a python in West Sulawesi province. Which one? She was from Southeast Sulawesi province, you know? So, I don't know. I just stay away from Sulawesi province, dude. I just stay the fuck away. Unless you want to get eaten by a snake, you know? Eating people isn't hot, TJ. Garbage you are. Shut up, dude. You know you jerked off. That's just the post-jerk-off remorse, dude. That's just the post-jerk-off remorse setting in. You knew you blew a big fat load to fucking 24-year-old Watiba in her skimpy bikini getting slowly and sensuously swallowed by a fucking giant python, dude. You know you fapped to that. You know you did. You know you did. You gotta be taking a nap to give a snake enough time to swallow you whole, especially my fat ass. It may be true. Maybe true, the final kill, 1, 2, 3. May be true. Another wacky story. 105-year-old woman credits drinking and smoking for her longevity. This is my kind of bitch right here. This is my kind of fucking old-ass bitch right fucking here, y'all. What's the longevity and secret to life? If you ask 105-year-old Helen Granier of Palm Harbor, she would tell you, I never expected to live this long. No one in my family ever did. I don't know. As you talk to her further, you realize she actually has a whole life mantra to live by, living your life. I used to drink beer, and I smoked and everything. I stayed out late, you know, dancing. Then I would go to work. Turns out Helen had quite the impressive life, including but not limited to living through the First World War. I remember the First World War. I guess I was 3 or 4, but I remember my uncle came home to see my mother, who was sick. She even talked about her love for gambling and dancing, and the time she went to Las Vegas. My husband wouldn't take me to Vegas because I knew I liked to gamble. Oh, I love to play the slot machine, so I went to Vegas after he passed. She celebrated her birthday Friday with a group of her closest friends at Coral Oaks Independent Living Facility. She not only exchanged stories, she laughed about the good times. She's been a resident of Coral Oaks for 9 years. 9 years in the old folks' home. Just think about this. If you're 105 fucking years old, you've literally been old for the majority of your goddamn life. You were old longer than you were ever young. Like, that's the thing people don't understand, I think, about being old, is it's not like you just get old and then you die. A lot of people spend a fuckload of time just being old. That's the fucking scary thing to me. Not just, okay, you're old and you die. You get old and you stay old and you stay old and you stay old and you stay old, and death gets closer and death gets closer and death gets closer, and you're like, come on, death, what the fuck? And it just keeps on fucking waiting and waiting and waiting, and then one day it finally comes, and you're like, Jesus Christ, took you long enough, you son of a bitch. Fuck me. But this guy didn't have to experience that. 22-year-old stabbed himself to death after wrongly thinking his vest was stab-proof. Yeah. Oh, man. This is a stab-proof vest. To prove it, I will now stab myself. Oh shit, I am dead now. What? Poor stupid son of a bitch. A British man fatally stabbed himself after a night out with friends after mistakenly believing the jacket he was wearing was stab-proof. Jordan Easton, 22, of Thornaby, near Middlesbrough, I don't know, in northeast England, died in August of 2017. Why am I only hearing about it now? When he stabbed himself in the chest in a friend's family's kitchen at the end of the night. While in the kitchen, he took hold of a knife to demonstrate the jacket was stab-proof and sadly realized it wasn't the case. What a fucking moron. He was taken to a local hospital but died from his stab wound. The coroner officially ruled Easton's death as a misadventure. I would have ruled it as a retarded adventure. It seems clear the situation with Jordan... What? Oh, that it was a misadventure. Yeah, I guess so. It's a word we could use more in life, misadventure. Detective Superintendent Ted Butcher, although really this kid butchered himself, am I right? But from Cleveland police said Easton had died after a boisterous act. That's one way to put it, I guess. I don't know how boisterous it was. TJ, you should check out YouTuber ContraPoints. She's kind of a crazy leftist SJW, but she's relatively argumentative, also funny, fabulous, etc. I knew about ContraPoints back when ContraPoints still had a swinging dick, dude. Maybe she still does. I don't know. The man's mother. Why would she even say anything to anyone? I would fucking just change my last name and move. Reportedly told the Inquirer she found it difficult to believe her son would consciously stab himself. It's more possible if it was bravado, showing off in front of the lads, but where a mother and a young girl were, it's out of character for him. I can't absorb it. Maybe you just didn't really know his true character, dude. Nope, he's the kind of guy who likes to stab himself in front of people. Unfortunately, like, you don't know about that proclivity until it's too late, you know? He never seemed like the kind of person to just stab himself randomly. I mean, what kind of person is that exactly? You know, yeah, most people don't just fucking stab themselves out of the blue, and when they do, you only find out about it when it's too goddamn late to do shit about. Because they're dead. Because they stabbed themselves. There you go.